We need to get real about something. Shopping is not fun, especially clothes shopping. I hate going into a dressing room with 1,000,001 things hanging over my arm to try on. It's hot, it's sweaty, it's so annoying having to get in and out of all of these different items just to try them on. The mirror, that's a whole nother story. They're awful. And I end up, and I know you do too, liking nothing. Something's gotta give, and this is where Stitch Fix comes in. Stitch Fix makes clothes shopping so much easier. You get a personal stylist that sends you pieces that match your size, style, and everything's in your budget. No guesswork, no stress. Here's how it works. You take a quick style quiz, you share your size, your style and budget, and you get matched with a real human stylist who catches your vibe. It's no risk, all style. Get a personalized Fix box straight to your door and try it all on in the comfort of your home. Shipping and returns are always free, and there's no subscription required. Plus, get a free try-on for your first fix. Get started today at stitchfix.com/podcast to get $20 off your first order, and they'll waive your styling fee. That's stitchfix.com/podcast.
Breathe deep. Imagine your legs more limber in Duluth Trading Double Flex Denim. Envision euphorically squatting for that can of suds, bending for your toolbox in a state of bliss, lunging for your laser level on a whole new level. Relax and allow the flex to fill you with ability. Find your inner flex in Double Flex Denim only at Duluth Trading.
Get lost in the acoustic brilliance of 3D audio that surrounds you. Feel the embrace of the massage seats that adapt to your every move. Experience the warmth of a vehicle that welcomes you as you approach. We could tell you what makes a Lincoln SUV so extraordinary, but don't take our word for it. Take it on a test drive at the Lincoln Summer Invitation, with exclusive offers on now, only at your local Lincoln retailer.
Welcome back to another episode of Unscripted. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Paige.
We're so glad to be back to our regular recording schedule. And we have some really interesting and wild stories for you. At least I think so.
We do. And honestly, the one that I am bringing today, it's kind of upsetting. Like, I think it will spark some emotion on either side of this debate that this story brings up.
I'm fully in the dark. I don't even know what story you're bringing. So tell me all the details.
So the headline, you got to love a good headline, even though a lot of times they're very misleading. But it's, "This borders on harassment. Deli worker posts beach photos, then gets scolded by her boss."
Okay, I think I heard about this, but give us more details.
It's a little disturbing because it's like, at what point do you have freedom when you're not working, when you're out and about with your family or your friends, especially when you're young like this person, to be able to do what you want? So this person was a college student, and it says that she was stunned when her boss texted her. So that's already a little inappropriate because it's off hours. Mm. Like, you're not some like high level exec where like a CEO or like your boss is going to like text you and you're salaried. So, those types of things, even though we shouldn't accept that even when we're salaried, because that still comes with a contract and contract hours. But this is just inappropriate. She was out and about on a day she worked, but she hadn't called in or anything. She was fully ready to go to work later that afternoon or evening or whenever it was the shift was. And the boss texted her about a swimsuit photo that she posted on Instagram. Natalie, I'm going to show you the photo.
Okay, she looks amazing. But I have to ask before we even move forward, is this boss a man?
Please.
Is he like an older man that's like watching her social media? Are they?
I 100% think that it is, or it's a woman with a lot of internalized misogyny and perhaps envy of a younger college-aged girl who looks as fabulous in a swimsuit as this girl does. And it's not even,
It didn't
I
look
wouldn't
risque.
say a very risque. No, it's not. She's posing. She's got one arm kind of more towards a V, one arm behind her head, and she's smiling. I mean, obviously, when you're in a bathing suit, you are showing a lot. But when you're young and stuff and you got it, a lot of times you are going to post that. And she's not just in her backyard in a swimsuit. She's like where you would have to wear it. Like it's like looks like a creek or something.
It feels like beach nature appropriate for the pose, the bathing suit, the setting. It's not a thirst trap, in my opinion.
It does not seem like a thirst trap, but it does seem like somebody with confidence.
Right.
Because you got to be confident to post this. And it's a cute, like butter yellow, to me, normal bikini. It's not actually even very skimpy. If you ask me, there are way skimpier bikinis.
Like she could probably wear that on a family vacation and still look cute and not offend her parents.
There are worse things at the CVS magazine section when you first walk in, than what we're looking at here. The boss texts and says, "Hi, I see you're scheduled for 4 p.m. shift. We need to talk once you get here." She goes, "Hello. Yes, I will be in at 4 p.m. Is something wrong?" "No, but your picture's online. I don't want my employees putting their bodies online. This looks bad for the business." You know what? Then don't hire young college people because they're going to post themselves maybe with a drink at a club, doing things that people in their young 20s do and that you probably did too. Maybe or maybe not. You didn't post on social media because of your age, but I guarantee you if you were that age today, you would. So I just think it's really weird to be policing your employees' bodies offline when you're probably not even giving them a livable wage, and you might not even be the owner.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The text almost feels like there's a possessiveness of the image of the deli. Is this the owner? Is this just a manager overstepping, or is it the owner who feels entitled to overstep like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and they just keep referring to this person as her deli boss, whose name begins with an M, by the way. The initial says M on the text thread. But
interesting.
She says, "I didn't even know he had an Instagram." And she's 21, it says.
I wonder if one of her coworkers showed him.
Maybe. Or why are you following someone who's 21, you weirdo?
Well, and I think this brings a whole conversation into focus that we've had over the last few years. And when I say we, I mean like the world, and what is appropriate when you are working as an employee to post online, because we've seen that through COVID, we've seen that through just within the last 5 years, people who put their foot in their mouths online and subsequently lose their jobs because of it. And it makes me wonder where is the separation between your work life and your personal life? And it really seems to be a gray area when it comes to your online life.
It is gray. I also think that line lies within your role, right?
Well, absolutely.
Like, what's your role in this company? If you own a company or if you are representing this company a lot, then yeah, you have a lot more responsibility. Teachers are also held to a very high standard, whether we agree with it or not, on social media, because there are a lot of families that have to also trust and believe in this person, and their child is being left in their care. That is so different than, "Hi, I'm 21 and I work at a deli and I'm with my little sister who took a picture of me, a cute little picture of me." Like, that's so different.
Oh, no, I'm in absolute agreement with you. I think she should be able to post what she wants. I don't think the deli owner or manager or whoever this person is texting her has a right to tell her what she can and can't post.
Right, I heard that.
So yeah, I definitely believe she should be allowed to post what she wants. But I think we also have to understand that with the internet and with that freedom to post what you want online, there will be repercussions for almost any aspect of your life. Do I think it's right that her boss is telling her she shouldn't be posting that? No. But I think we also have to acknowledge that whatever we post online can and possibly will have some reaction or, in our real lives. You know what I mean?
True.
We're responsible for what we put out there, and we may not like how people respond to it. And as we know from this podcast and from being publicly posting these episodes, we get responses that aren't always great all the time. And people are going to respond how they feel.
True. I think what we see here in this situation that's inappropriate is that it's potentially affecting
her
the
livelihood.
view of her performance at her job, her livelihood. Yes, a boss can side eye. And apparently she didn't even, as I mentioned a few moments ago, know that this person had an Instagram. So this person went out of their way to look at their profile. It's like, were you looking for them to be doing something wrong on off hours? Because you just, bottom line, don't get to do that. It's like the other side of the coin of what you were just saying is with social media, if you choose to look at colleagues or employees' Instagram accounts, you really don't get to let that affect the performance reviews and things like that, because how are they at work versus I dress differently at work. Look, when I show up to work in my normal uniform, which is leggings and a t-shirt. If it's fall or winter, it's going to be a crew neck sweatshirt and leggings. But I am, this about me. I'm constantly in leggings. I will text my friend when we're going to the movies, are we wearing jeans or leggings? Because I don't want to be the only one in leggings. Yeah. But I'll do that, or athleisure wear, because it's comfortable and it makes me comfortable, but I would never show up to work like that. So if somebody saw me on a walk or just out and about running errands in leggings and a t-shirt, might they be like, oh, that's a slobby person. We shouldn't have her on our team or in our department, or, no, that's just somebody at this point. So it's kind of like that. This is this 21-year-old taking her younger sister out and about with her, having fun, and they're young and they look good in a bathing suit. So they posted it. Who cares? We need to have a talk. Absolutely. You are not allowed to talk to me about this at work. And I wish that she was like my niece or my younger sister, because you know what? She could walk down the street to the next deli and find a different job where she's not harassed like that, where you're consciously searching her Instagram to check out her pictures or what she's doing. That's not okay. You manage a deli. Please be so for real. Honestly. You think she could probably make that sandwich in her bathing suit, by the way, but she doesn't. And she wears your what? Your uniform.
I'm sure there are restaurants and delis that have workers serving food in bikinis. We've all heard of the bikini bar. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Have you heard of Twin Peaks or Hooters as well? Those shorts they cover about the same as what a bikini does. And that's not coming from any judgment. And again, she doesn't work at Twin Peaks or Hooters, but she's also not showing up to the deli in her bathing suit. This is crazy. Unless you break the law, it should not affect work. And honestly, even then, I'm a little bit I don't know how I feel about if somebody gets a young person gets a DUI or something like that. I don't know how I would feel if somebody got fired for that. Not that I think people should ever drink and drive today, but I'm talking, let's say it's 1995 and somebody's 20 years old. They were 0.2 alcohol, blood alcohol level. And so they get a wet and reckless or a DUI. I don't know how I feel about if they got fired, but I do believe it's a little bit more appropriate that your work at that point can make a decision, but you're kind of kicking somebody when they're down.
I feel like that's also going into a different territory, because that is more a legal issue.
Right.
And it could affect their job responsibilities. Are they driving for their job?
Right. And so that's where I think legal issues can play a role, right, but not this.
Yeah, this one, it feels entirely inappropriate. I feel bad for the girl that she was targeted by this manager, this owner, whoever this person is.
Targeted is a great word.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
So I feel awful for her. I would love an update, but I don't have one.
I actually have a story that I saw online not too long ago, and it wasn't on my list of topics to bring up, but I feel like it is this story that you brought to the table provides a perfect segue for it because it deals with that toxic masculinity at play and in the workplace.
You're waking the beast. You're waking the beast. She's here. She's here. Her nickname's Sassy. That's my alter ego.
Hey, Sassy. Nice to see
here.
you.
No.
So Slate posted an article a couple days ago, August 8th. And the title is WNBA players are fighting for their rights. Don't make them dodge dildos. Now, before you react, let me give you a little bit more information. So the WNBA right now is protesting, I guess that's what we could call it, for better pay. And they have been wearing shirts. They've been basically making it known that they deserve more money.
Mm-hmm. This is already giving me the vibes of what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders who are also trying to kind of fight for a better contract. And that viral Instagram reel that we posted.
Yeah.
Those comments are so interesting. They're just people don't want women in sports getting paid, and they will find any excuse to think that it's not okay that women in sports get paid as much as men. Well, they don't bring in enough money and they don't and they don't do this. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. But can we still at least give them a little more? They're dedicating their lives to this, these women. And they all have second jobs and other streams of income because they have to. It's disgusting how much less they are paid. I get that the sports don't bring in as much money, which I honestly don't know if that's true or not, that they can't get paid as much. But it's look at the CEOs. How much are they making? Or the owners of these teams, how much are they making versus how much they're allowing their players who are bringing in that money to get paid? And that's where it needs to be looked at, period.
Right. I know, I agree. I definitely believe that, they aren't getting paid what they should be, but I think there is a little bit more at play with the WNBA because
this is big.
The NBA does subsidize them, so they don't bring in a lot of money, and the NBA ends up covering for them.
Yeah.
But that's not really what this story that I'm bringing is about. That's just kind of setting the scene for this is what's happening. These women are already at a point in their careers where they're saying, hey, take us seriously. We deserve more, and we are professionals in what we do. We are working hard.
They're incredible. We're obsessed with Quince here at the Murder Diaries. We love all of the clothing items that we own from them. And guess what we just heard they had? Bedding. So you know that I added a pair of their sheets to my collection of bedding. And honestly, it's pretty flippin' amazing, and I don't know why I waited so long. Quince's linen bedding is everything that people say it is. It's light, breathable, and soft from day one. It's woven from 100% European flax. It's the perfect mix of relaxed and refined, and it just gets softer with every wash. The same goes for their ultra plush duvets, quilts, pillows, and shams too. They feature other premium fabrics like organic cotton, breezy bamboo, and skin-nourishing silk. Quince has everything you need to level up your bed. And the best part, like Quince's clothing that we love so much, their bedding is half the cost of similar brands. By partnering with top artisans, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes those savings on to us. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. We love to see it. They use premium fabrics and finishes that you just cannot deny the quality of. If you're wondering what I've been using, it's the European linen sheet set in burgundy, and I love the way it looks. The color is so beautiful and the fabric is top notch. Level up your bedding with Quince and you'll feel the difference right away. Go to quince.com/MD for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/MD to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/MD.
You know that feeling when you're treated like an afterthought? Yeah, no one likes that, especially not during something as important as pregnancy. Shockingly, many prenatal multivitamins haven't even been clinically tested, despite being made for one of the most crucial stages of life. And worse, pregnant women, especially from diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds, are routinely left out of clinical research. That's where Ritual is different. They're closing the gap with a first-of-its-kind 24-week clinical trial for their essential prenatal multivitamin. And they're also pushing for a new standard that actually puts women first. Now, back when I first started looking for a prenatal I could feel good about taking, and I chose Ritual. I've been a fan of them for a while now, and I'm so grateful that they're sponsoring this podcast. I love their Essential for Women prenatal multivitamin, and the reason it stood out to me is because, like I mentioned, it's backed by a 24-week clinical study and formulated to help fill key nutrient gaps in the diet. And personally, I found it easy on the stomach, especially compared to the other prenatals I've tried in the past. I also really appreciate the fresh citrus essence. It smells so good, it actually makes taking it feel like less of a chore. I trust Ritual because they're transparent about their ingredients and where they come from, which really gives me peace of mind during such an important time. Ritual selects bioavailable key nutrients designed for optimal absorption. It was also designed with morning sickness in mind, and in this study, don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/diaries. Start Ritual or add Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/diaries for 25% off. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Based on net sales from industry data including Nielsen, IQ, Stackline, and Numerator as of Q4 2024 and top 5 products. Based on a 24-week randomization, double-blind controlled clinical trial on 62 second and third trimester pregnant women. On 62 second and third trimester pregnant women.
It's no secret that weight loss medications are everywhere right now. I mean, seriously, everyone's talking about them. So many people are on them. But let's be real. Have you seen the price tag? They're so expensive. It's hard to believe that so many people are actually accessing them. And that's where Hers comes in. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans. They connect you with a medical provider who will work with you to determine the best treatment option for you. If prescribed, you'll get medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, complete with ongoing care, check-ins, dosage, and medication adjustments, along with 24/7 online support at no additional cost. No hidden fees and no membership fees. Weight Loss by Hers is realistic, not restrictive, and affordable. Hers provides access to both oral medication kits and GLP-1 injectable options, with oral medication kits starting at just $69 per month with a 10-month plan when paid out up front. Plus, your personalized treatment ships for free directly to your door. So, if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey or you want to kick it up a notch, it's time to find the best option that will work for you through Hers. Start your free online visit today at forhers.com/diaries. That's forhers.com/diaries for your personalized weight loss treatment options. forhers.com/diaries. Weight Loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Compound products are not approved or reviewed for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for full details, important safety information, and restrictions. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased.
The Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle. Plans starting at just $16.99 a month.
No one will ever break us apart.
Catch Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts: The New Avengers on Disney Plus.
You can't escape the past.
Alien Earth on Hulu.
This ship collected monsters.
And Final Destination: Bloodlines on HBO Max.
Death is coming for our family.
The Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle. Plans starting at $16.99 a month. All these and more streaming soon. Visit Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle.com for details.
Smart Water Alkaline with antioxidant.
Whoa, that's refreshing.
And a 9.5 plus pH for every way you move.
I did take a Spain class today.
Restoring like a pro. Smart Water Alkaline with antioxidant. For those with a taste for taste. Grab yours today.
Athletes.
Right. It all started on July 29th during a game between the Golden State Valkyries and the Atlanta Dream. That's when the first fan threw a green sex toy onto the court. And the player's initial reaction was, we're going to laugh it off. This isn't a big deal. This isn't funny, but we'll laugh at it. We'll let it slide.
Right. Like behind it, it's a little silly. It's a little like, but like it's also extremely disrespectful.
Right. Absolutely. And as the Slate article says, quote, no one wants to be the prude running for the fainting couch at the side of a dildo.
I didn't even think about that side of it. Yeah.
Right. They don't want to, they don't want to have that, give the person that reaction. And so they laugh at it and go on about their business day. I mean, they're on the court to play a game and get paid for it, right? This is their job. But it didn't stop there. Now players are basically begging spectators to stop throwing dildos onto the court because it keeps happening. And the people behind it are probably someone that you wouldn't be surprised is doing it. Crypto bros are the ones throwing these dildos onto the court at these women.
I can't wait till we don't have to like deal with and have crypto bros anymore, till we're like away from that timeline, that piece of history. They're the worst. I'm sorry.
At least in this story, they are the villain, right?
It's that alpha crypto, and it's like, you must be so alpha to think you got to throw a dildo at a professional female athlete. Like, come on now.
Well, I absolutely agree. I feel like this trend that's been going on the last week or two is really sexist, but I also think it's a little bit homophobic as well.
Sure,
because
1,000%.
It just is. What does it say about the people who are actually going to these games? And again, we're seeing women get targeted by people that really shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's dangerous. It's gross.
Imagine spending money to go to a professional basketball game just to throw a dildo, or at least to be that disrespectful. Imagine the time and money and brain space that you are wasting.
It's gross. It's gross. It's dangerous. It's immature. And their harassment of the players didn't stop there. There's a cryptocurrency group that has taken responsibility for the dildos that have been thrown onto the court. And they say that they're doing it because they are promoting a meme coin that they have created. And this meme coin is called the green dildo coin.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. And apparently it was made the first day. Apparently it was made the day that the first dildo was thrown. I actually never thought I would use the word dildo so many times in a sentence. So I feel like I need to like reel that back in.
I feel for you right now. This is the toxicity that is the virility of Reels, TikTok videos, whatever. These moments are now viral, quick moments. And so we're getting like Hawk to a coin. We're getting all kinds of weird crypto coins. But what does that even say about the people who buy it too? Are we just like so end game right now that people are just like, hey, yeah, like the green dildo coin, like I'm going to get me some of that.
I mean, I wouldn't want something called the green dildo coin in my wallet. You know?
No, imagine explaining that to like your financial advisor. Because I think obviously you're going to probably pay taxes on crypto, or maybe that's why people do crypto. I know nothing about crypto because I do not partake in crypto.
I don't know. I think their reasoning behind all of it is weird too, and it doesn't make sense. Apparently, the reason they chose to do this is because they're raising awareness by doing this in protest against the difficulties of being small-time investors in the toxic landscape of cryptocurrency. And then they're advising all of their group members, if they are going to throw one of these sex toys, that it needs to be the branded green sex toy. So, I mean, it's the whole thing is so bizarre.
2025, honestly, since 2020, nothing surprises me. Nothing.
I don't know. I was pretty surprised by this because how are they allowed to bring it into the arena or in the stadium, I should say? Weren't their bags checked? What did the security people say when they walked through the metal detectors and checked their bags and they saw a bright green sex toy?
Yeah, I mean, at least here in California, all stadiums are going to make you have a clear bag too, on top of all of this.
Can you imagine walking around, with a green dildo in your clear bag. Like, what? This whole thing, it's so bizarre. I think we need to move past this story because it's just overwhelming.
I feel a little hurt for them. I do, because you work so hard to become a professional athlete just to have dildos chucked at you, and that's kind of where like my demeanor is right now. Like, it's so awful.
It's a level of disrespect that no other professional athlete has had to deal with. And
yeah, not unless they were like an asshole or something. You know what I mean? Like, unless they were getting a reaction from fans of the team, like because of something that they did, even if it was an overreaction. No, this is like just unprompted, just, oh, it's women.
That's what I mean. Like, no other group has been targeted in this way, at least that I know of. It doesn't mean that it hasn't happened to any other sports team, but to my knowledge, it just feels gross. And like I said, sexist, homophobic. But let's talk about something a little bit.
Yeah. All under the guise of, hey, this is funny, which I think is why it's ultimately disrespectful, because they're making a joke of athletes that happen to be women. So, but I do have other funny updates. I promised last week that I would give updates on Jessa Duggar's new little baby. We still don't have the name. We're on the third update, and the baby is going to be, I think, about 5 days old before they choose the name. They keep talking about Edward, but I feel like because they keep kind of talking about it, that's not going to be the name. I did see a Reddit post that said a name. I'm still unsure if I want to like say the name on here, because people could just go look up what like Jessa wants them to know about it. I feel a little weird releasing a baby's name. But I did see Reddit release a name, but I'm sure Jessa will tell us in her fourth. And can that please be final part of this birth of this new little boy? So it is a boy, and maybe the name will be Edward. We don't know yet.
It makes me wonder if the people on Reddit were uncovering a birth certificate or some legal document that's publicly available. And that's a little too much.
They do go to church and stuff. So a lot of people with these fundies that like release information, it's almost even worse in that, like, obviously that's creepy that they would look up a birth certificate, and then talk about it on Reddit. But a lot of it is people they know spilling info.
Oh, that's even worse.
Isn't that sad?
I don't know. I feel like both are really creepy.
Both are creepy. Yeah.
Both are creepy.
It's awful. So I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. Wow. But yeah, so the baby safely here from a hospital birth. We didn't talk about that last time, but when I was showing you the thumbnail of the video, you're like, oh, it was a hospital. And it's like, it's true that so many of these fundies, and maybe now that you're a mom, you have feedback or not, but so many of these fundies do give birth at home. It's like a preferred thing for them, unmedicated and hopefully at home. However, Jessa on camera, so I'm not like spreading, sensitive family info. She did hemorrhage pretty badly with her oldest and had to be transported via ambulance to the hospital. So I'm pretty sure for the majority of the rest of her births, she gave birth in hospital, or at least some of the subsequent ones. Maybe not number 2. Maybe she tried to do it again. But when you hemorrhage, that's dangerous. You could totally bleed out. And
well, I mean, that's what happened. She bled out.
She bled out.
They were able to save her.
Yeah, because it doesn't stop. They have to like cauterize, or they got to figure it out. But it's very dangerous. So smart.
I mean, birth in general is very dangerous.
You're like almost dying, right? You're like almost dying at birth.
You can die. That's what we're
women do.
Yeah,
God, that's scary.
It is really scary, and you never know what's going to happen. It can turn on a dime. And I'm glad that she had a safe delivery and
Me too.
both mom and baby are healthy and happy.
Me too. Me too. And we got a lot more Bates and Duggar births coming up, definitely on the Bates side. So I'll be keeping the Fundy Corner coming.
I'm here for it. So we're going to transition away from the fundies and talk about cruises. So I feel like there's been a lot of chaos on the high seas recently.
I'm never going on a cruise. I need you to know this.
I won't be setting foot on a cruise anytime soon. I've been on one. I've been on a few, but I can't see me doing it in the near future. So the most recent story about a cruise ship gone wrong is a Royal Caribbean water slide. Shocker. There's this twisty slide on one of these Royal Caribbean cruises, and it was in full effect. Basically, it was working. Passengers were going down the slide, one after the other. And can you imagine being on the slide when the glass or the acrylic shatters? And it's a tube slide, so it's supposed to hold you, but it shatters on the bottom, and you basically get injured because of that. I can't imagine.
Do we know how high up they were at the part?
I saw a picture of it. I don't know in feet how high it was, but it's pretty high. It's definitely above the deck.
I'm thinking of a couple of water slides that are near where you and I grew up, and I would not want that to crack and to fall through.
No.
Because they are really high up. It took forever just to get up the stairs. You probably know which ones I'm talking about. And you walk up the stairs and you go down.
You get a workout going up to go down the slide. Going up the stairs to go down the slide. But yeah, I feel like it is not surprising that it would happen, because it does feel like this is something that at least I would think like, oh, what if that happened? And then to hear that it actually did is scary. But Royal Caribbean confirmed that, yes, indeed, one of their passengers was injured, but they did want to specify that the passenger who was injured did not fall out of the slide.
Oh.
So I still feel like regardless of if they fell out of the slide, if they didn't, it feels like Final Destination vibes.
Yeah, they probably got like a really bad laceration, I would imagine. If they didn't fall through, that acrylic cracking, that must have cut their foot or leg or something.
And the thing that I found concerning was Royal Caribbean didn't let the passengers know what happened. The only reason that people found out about the incident is because of whispers and conversation amongst other passengers. And so this was never brought to anyone's attention. It was just kind of spreading as, I don't want to say gossip, but it was spreading. This information was spread throughout the passengers.
And it's not their fault that it is a rumor or gossip oriented, because they're trying to keep each other safe. And innately humans will do that, like we will do that.
And to, Royal Caribbean's credit, they did shut down the slide.
And that's what got them talking, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they were probably wondering, well, why can't I get on the slide? Why is it shut down now when it was open yesterday?
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
To you, my darling.
No, to you.
The Roses were living the dream.
More champagne for me, please.
Until it all came crashing down.
He got fired.
Fired?
from the director of Meet the Parents.
You're a failure. Women don't like that.
If you need a shoulder or an inner thigh to lean on.
On August 29th.
I just want the house.
We want everything.
Wow.
Stop.
Stop!
And see The Roses.
These people.
The Roses. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. In theaters everywhere, August 29th.
Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55% so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
Saturday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength, Saturday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Saturday. Saturday, bring it on.
Apparently, there's an investigation that's ongoing. I doubt we'll hear the results of that investigation, but it does bring up the question of how serious are these slides on cruise ships or just water slides in general.
It is so doubtful that we will know much of anything, especially if this cruise was on international waters, because they legally don't have to report any crimes that happen on these boats in international waters.
Okay, so I'm so glad you brought that up because we have another cruise ship chaos moment that happened this summer, not too long ago. And it has to do with something that happened in international waters. So this was all over social media. I'm sure a lot of people saw it, but there was another terrifying cruise story that happened when a 5-year-old girl fell overboard from the 4th deck of the Disney Dream cruise boat while it was sailing near the Bahamas.
People love those cruises, by the way. People have wonderful times with their families on them.
Because they're kid-centric. They cater to a family versus, just adults. So this is a trip that an entire family can go on where mom, dad, kids all have a good time.
Yes.
And I feel like when you hear Disney, you hear something that's really curated and thoughtful. So when you're going on a trip, it's going to be expensive, but you're going to go into it knowing that every little detail has been thought out, right?
Right. There's this standard behind Disney.
Thank you. That is exactly how to describe it.
You feel like you can trust it. Maybe that's because we're SoCal girls, but like there's just a standard that you can trust with Disney. Like you're not going to get food poisoning at the park, although I'm sure people have. Like you just,
it's just covered up.
Trust. Yeah, exactly. But there's just there's like an unspoken trust with this brand that you have probably decades of experience and a like parasocial, if you will, because I don't have a better word, relationship with.
No, I believe it. And I think, like I said, a lot of it comes from how they handle their business. I want to go back to the cruise ship thing, but I do want to acknowledge, though, that Disney can claim that no one has ever died at Disneyland because they have their own police and they've never pronounced anyone dead at the park.
Although
they always do it. Other people have. But they'll do it off park so they can officially say that no one has ever died. So yeah, there is a standard. I think there is very stringent rules in place to keep that standard.
And to keep us feeling like maybe it is a false sense of security, right?
To keep it feeling magical. But, this little girl fell overboard. There's a lot of discourse on how exactly that happened. Some people online started a rumor saying that the little girl fell over after her father placed her on the railing to take a picture and she tumbled over. That's been debunked. That did not happen. The exact situation on how she exactly fell into the water, still questionable. And I don't want to throw out any more because nothing has been confirmed in the news. But she did fall overboard. Her dad didn't hesitate. He literally jumped straight into the ocean to save her. He didn't even see her fall. Apparently, the mom saw it happen. She screamed. The dad reacted in an instant, went over. And I actually did see a clip of the dad jumping into the water. And I don't care what you say, that was a big jump. He went from the fourth deck down. He's lucky that it wasn't higher, but it was still jumping in full clothes, shoes, t-shirt, pants into the middle of the ocean.
Wow. I mean, part of me wonders, like, of course I get that like innate parental feeling of like must protect immediately and jumping in after, but it's almost like, does that keep the kid safer than if you're getting help from above? I don't know, but maybe he figures, okay, there's my partner. I'm going in after the kid. She's going to make sure we get rescued or whatever.
I truly believe there probably wasn't
any thought,
enough time to think about anything else. But my daughter, who's 5 years old and apparently doesn't know how to swim, has fallen into the deep sea, the ocean, in the middle of nowhere. There's no land in sight. We don't know how long it'll take to get a life ring out. We don't know how long it'll take to get a lifeboat out. I'm going in after her. And I'm assuming this father, the minute he hit the water, probably felt like he hit cement because it was pretty high up. The way he falls, at least in the video I saw, it wasn't like a professional dive. He's flailing, hits the water. I'm sure
and I'm only laughing because like I just laughing at
well, it's like a nervous reaction.
It can it's a little nervous reaction, but also kind of how goofy you know, if you're not diving from a high platform and you're like an Olympic diver, like how goofy we could look. I myself would look jumping.
We would
off.
all look insane, but we wouldn't be thinking of that, you know, in the moment. So he jumps in the water.
And that hurt, by the way. When he,
I'm sure it knocked the wind out of him. I'm sure he went down pretty deep. You know, imagine the fear. You're in the open ocean, your child's somewhere in the waves. You don't know where they are. It's a miracle that he was even able to find her because the ship's moving pretty fast. The waves are, you know, are moving. This is the open ocean. He somehow found her. But then the question is, now I found her. How long are we going to be out here? How long until we're saved? Are we going to be saved?
Right.
What's swimming around us? We can't see. And there are videos of other passengers that they took on their phones that show how far the ship had gotten before one of the rescue boats finally reached them 20 minutes later. So this is a 37-year-old father who jumps into the ocean after his 5-year-old daughter. He's treading water for 20 minutes in all of his clothes, in his shoes. She's in her clothes. She can't swim. He's holding his daughter up. I mean, it's a miracle that both survived. And I don't know. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around because
20 minutes is interesting to me. 20 minutes is really, really interesting.
That it took that long for a rescue boat to get out there?
It's like, it's long, but it's not, right? But what I wonder is, are the rescue boats just boats that are behind the crews for emergencies? It just kind of, they're just that far behind and that's just how it is. Or I wonder what played into why it takes 20 minutes. Again, 20 minutes isn't long, but it's also not short. So I just wonder like all of the things that played into why it took 20 minutes.
Let me put it
both
this way.
On board and off board.
When you're the one in the water, 20 minutes is a lifetime.
Eternity.
When you're the one in the boat, 20 minutes is a pretty fast reaction time. And I don't know exactly what the standard time frame is for this to happen.
Right.
But, you know, from reading articles about it, this was a pretty fast response.
I'd say with Disney, that is not shocking because there were going to be so many children. Well, what if somebody has an allergic reaction? What if somebody gets really, really sick? You know, like you've got to be able to get people off a cruise ship fast.
Right. Well, and think about it. This is a cruise ship with thousands of people. A little girl goes overboard. The dad goes and follows her overboard. From that moment on, people are screaming, "Man overboard." You have to get that message out to someone that works on the ship. You have to stop the ship. You have to get everyone who is going to be on the rescue team. I'm sure there are drills that they've performed over and over for situations like this. But yeah, they got the boats out there. They were able to drag both father and daughter into the boat. They were later hospitalized when they arrived in Fort Lauderdale. We don't know for what exactly, what medical reasons they were hospitalized for. I'm assuming maybe they swallowed water, maybe complete exhaustion, not sure. their names were not released. They asked for their privacy, but this is a story that has been all over the news. So I felt like it'd be okay to talk about it. We're not mentioning who they are.
Absolutely. And I think it's actually kind of important. We are in summer. It is cruise season, although it is fastly approaching to autumn. But these are things I think that people don't think about when they go on a cruise. Like they might, but they don't think it's going to happen to them. And it kind of reminds me how in the Trainwreck Poop Cruise documentary,
yes,
that all of these people, so many of them mention how they never read the safety, like emergency protocol type information that they were ever given because they just didn't think it was going to be.
It wouldn't happen to them. Most people don't think things like this are going to happen to them.
Right. And they're almost lucky in certain ways. Well, I don't want to say this because anybody listening that was on that cruise, obviously what happened was horrible, and nobody deserves that. And there was just a lot of awfulness that went on that played into all of that. So I want to preface with that, but they're almost lucky that it wasn't a worse, more like life and death emergency that happened on that ship, because if you didn't know what to do for what was going on, then how would you know what to do if it was an even more imminent danger emergency? Does that make sense? Obviously, people were getting heat stroke. Like it was not okay. What happened? They couldn't even be in their rooms. It was so hot. Like it was very dangerous, very bad. But yeah, like, you know, it wasn't an iceberg that hit their ship where they were sinking.
Well, you're saying that there are different levels of danger, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like there is imminent, and then there is like what's going on is terrible, and this could be life-threatening after a certain amount of time.
Are you going to get a staph infection from all the poop floating around? Guys, we'll deep dive that Netflix documentary.
Honestly,
hopefully. We probably should.
Because I want to talk more about that. And again, please, if you were on that cruise or somebody you know, it was horrible and it was not okay and anybody could have gotten hurt. That's not what I'm saying. I'm comparing the type of danger. That's all. Exactly. Natalie, you nailed it.
I would love to interview someone who was on that cruise ship. So if you're listening, you were on and you would like to talk to us,
please
hit us up.
Please.
We would love that. But yeah, so I just feel like cruises, I don't know if it's because I'm hearing more stories, but they're suddenly feeling so dangerous, you know, between the cracked slides, accidental falls, poop. It raises a bigger question. Are cruises as safe as we think they are? Probably not.
They promise hotel. It freaks me out. I don't know about them.
No, I absolutely agree. I mean, they have this facade, you know, they promise luxury, fun, excitement. It's a vacation, right? You know, you have all these different tiers of fancy dinners and unlimited drinks. But there's also that idea of you're isolated on this, like you said, floating hotel in the middle of the ocean. There's limited emergency resources, you know, and if something does go wrong, will they be able to contact the mainland, whatever mainland that is, you know, whatever mainland they're closest to? Will they be able to get help?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess at the end of the day, what it really is understand that you are taking a risk anytime you step foot on a cruise ship. And my husband kind of feels the same about cruises as I do, but I've always said, like, I'm never going to take a cruise. But if I did, it would probably be an Alaskan cruise because I feel like you're sticking close to your homeland country's shores and you're getting off the boat pretty frequently.
You would love
it's just, yeah, thank you. Because I do want to do that. And it was my grandma's favorite cruise she ever went on. And I still remember this little video that she got my sister and I, and we watched the crap out of it. And it was this little kid narrator, and the video was for us who were children at the time. And I just remember he sounded like he was like had like a little cold. And he was just like the cutest little narrator.
The cutest little congestion.
Yeah, even as a kid, I was like, oh, it's another kid. Like you just knew, like, oh, another kid's talking to me. That was the whole point of the video. And it was all about bears and Alaskan bears and Alaska. And especially as a kid in the 90s, like that's kind of how you got access to this information was like videos or encyclopedias, magazines, and things like that. Like you had to read highlights or Ranger Rick or
highlights,
Ranger Rick. There was like a zoo one. I forget what that one was called. Like you had to read these things to like learn and find out. So like to see Alaska, that's what that video did for us. And so since she loved it so much and that video, like I've always wanted to go to Alaska. So if you're listening from Alaska, like where you live is so cool. And I feel like it's the last frontier. So if I did a cruise, it would be that because I've never met anyone who went on an Alaskan cruise that A, doesn't say it was their favorite, and B, they just loved it in general. But on top of that, it was their favorite cruise. It's wild.
I've actually been on an Alaskan cruise.
I was picking up on that.
Yeah, I've also been on a Caribbean. Is it Pirates of the Caribbean?
Right.
Caribbean. I don't know. But I've been on both, and I will say that they are completely different experiences. I went on them around the same age. So it's not necessarily a different experience because I was a different age. It was more so one is, you're going to the beach all the time. You're in your bathing suit. There's a lot of activities to do on deck. And when you leave, you're going to the beach, right? Versus an Alaskan cruise, it's cold. You're sailing through where there are icebergs. I think I went
gosh.
I mean, not like big ones. You're not going to have a Titanic moment.
Would be so cool to see. Isn't that interesting? You would think I would think, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit an iceberg because that is how I think. But no, like I'm like, oh, how cool to see that. Because I would assume by like now too, it's different than 1912. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or 1914, and it's not like 1912.
You are so good at these dates because I swear I'm like, I don't know.
It's April 14th, 1912. I'm almost positive, or April 12th, 1914, but I'm pretty sure it's April 14th, 1912 when Titanic sank, which is so long ago. But so I wasn't even thinking like, oh, I'm going to sink from an iceberg. I mean, I guess you probably still could, but.
I mean, I don't know how many are out there. It's been years since I was on the cruise, but we did take a helicopter to see a glacier. We walked around in there, which was really fun. I feel like that would be something that you would be interested in. I don't know.
I'm such a cold weather girly. Like I'm such a cold weather girly. I would
see, this is right up your alley.
Yeah. Get me my puffer jacket, get me my gloves, get me my snow boots. I'm walking on a glacier. Like I love it.
I hope you get to do one day.
My parents do want to do one. My dad, for the same reason, because it's his mother. That's my grandmother that loved hers. And so we've talked about it. So it might happen. I don't know in the immediate future because there's other trips I've actually talked to them about as well. But Mom, I know you're listening. We need to be getting on this. Okay. Alaskan cruises, that other trip we talked about that also involves grandma. We need to go.
You need to go. I mean, look, life's short, right?
Yeah.
We work hard. Why not go explore the world?
Yeah. Yeah. I budget for travel. We don't travel like a ton because we are big homebodies too. But like I do budget for travel as much as I can. And once you have it, then we go. And it's not, like I said, crazy frequent or that we ever go anywhere super far, but it is important to get out there. I just need more dog friendly trips as well that aren't so inconvenient, because I feel like a lot of times they're even more inconvenient, even though it's like dog friendly. So I need to like be learning how to do this too, because we really want to take Posey with us instead of like boarding her.
I don't know if this is a place you could take Posey, but it is certainly dog friendly in the sense of, here, let me explain. So I saw a video online and it is for a hotel in Joshua Tree where basically
already sold.
Well, okay. So I'm about to make it even more exciting for you. It is basically a ranch full of golden retrievers. And you can go, and they're all ages. They're all rescues. There's puppies, senior golden retrievers, and they just have the run of the ranch. They run around. They have, you can make personalized dog tags for your own dog and take them home. It's so
I'm literally Googling right now. I'm listening to you, but I'm Googling. So I'm not even looking.
You need to Google it, find out. more details, but I sent it to Tim and I was like, so we can't go anytime soon, but how amazing would this be?
And it's
just like
Joshua
a bunch of little
Tree?
Zoes running around.
Oh,
I know.
R.I.P. The
R.I.P.
Golden Getaway.
Zoe
Is that
said.
what it was called?
Say it again.
Dog friendly. The Golden Getaway?
Yes.
Yes, explore Joshua Tree with your dog.
Okay, so you can bring Posey. See, I wouldn't be able to go because my dog is not dog friendly. So it is called the Golden Getaway Farm.
I love it.
And apparently, this is not an ad, by the way. This is just somewhere I want to go. And it popped up and I sent it to Tim because...
But please sponsor us. We will go.
According to their post, they're offering 25% off if you book between, now and Labor Day. I don't know all the details. You go look it up yourselves, but how exciting to me.
And it's so spiritual out there. I just love it. And we actually did just cover Dia Abrams, whose story is not far from Joshua Tree, up in near Idlewild, Mountain Center. This is all a similar area, although Joshua Tree is, of course, its own thing as opposed to Idlewild being its own thing along with Mountain Center. But it's just so beautiful. The high desert. There's nothing like it.
Should we do a Murder Diaries excursion to the Golden Getaway? Because I'm watching the video again on mute and there's so many cute little baby Goldens.
That would be
when I say baby,
amazing.
I like the old ones too.
Yeah. And maybe when it's not hot, please. October is beautiful out in the desert. That's the best time to go. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong because I don't live out in the desert. It's a couple hours away, but.
Yeah. And maybe not when my baby is cluster feeding at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, you poor thing. Oh my gosh. Oh,
but we'll get there. We'll get to a moment.
But yeah, we'll get there.
I feel like this is a pretty good spot to wrap up.
Yes.
You're good with it.
Absolutely. I do want to end with a little poll update because I appreciate those of you that participated in the Mary Kate and Ashley poll, of which asked you, are you an MK or an Ash?
Okay, let's get a drum roll. Okay. Who is the more popular twin?
MK. Mary Kate. Okay, 75% said they're a Mary Kate and 25% said that they are an Ashley.
I'm so a Mary Kate, and I don't know why I'm drawn to her. I wonder why everyone else is drawn to her. I love them both equally, but there's just something about MK that I relate to, I guess.
Yes, and I think she typically played, especially in their younger years, the characters that were a little bit more free-spirited, as we discussed. So it was just a little bit more fun or cool or easier to kind of want to be her. Whereas Ashley was usually the one with I'm thinking back to the pizza party where Ashley has this list and she's going through the list for the party. And then Mary Kate's like, oh my gosh, are we doing this again? And she's like, I think she might even been chewing gum, but I could have made that up. So I think that Mary Kate just often played that character. And I do wonder why they made those choices. Being producers, they were choosing to make these choices. Maybe it was just to do the opposite twin trope. Maybe it's a little bit more realistic to life or the opposite of real life and they wanted to play. I would be so interested in asking them, what really motivated them to kind of dive into that opposite twin stuff.
I wonder, and this is something I've heard in one of the interviews about the twins or with the twins later on in life as they were, I don't want to say they were quite as old as they are now, but they probably were early 20s. Mary Kate enjoyed acting versus Ashley didn't necessarily enjoy it that much. And so if you look at their IMDb credits, Mary Kate went on to have roles beyond their shared projects, right?
She was on Weeds and she played a very hippy-dippy, kind of ethereal kind of character.
And she also played a witch in a movie, I think, where she cast a spell on someone. And that was a role that she had on her own.
I need to look that up.
Huh?
I need to look that up immediately.
I think you'd like the movie. I remember watching it, but it's been a while. Speaking of our Mary Kate and Ashley deep dive, we have another deep dive coming for everyone next week. Should we tell them who it is or should we keep it a secret?
Well, let's just give them a little hint.
Okay.
How about that?
Sure.
So there's a song that's a hint that I could give.
Yeah. You're going to have to sing. I'm not singing into this microphone.
Okay. I don't want to bust anybody's eardrums, but this will be an everlasting love.
Okay, I'll sing.
This will be. So maybe you come in and say something like, I'm sure a lot of you are picking up the movie that song is really known for, or whatever.
I'm sure a lot of you are already picking up what song that is and what movie it's from. So that'll be our little Easter egg for next week's episode. We hope to see you there on Monday, but if not, we'll see you on Thursday for our regularly scheduled case coverage.
And don't forget, we're on YouTube and you can follow us on Instagram and Patreon at the Murder Diaries Pod.
All right.
Until then,
bye.
We're obsessed with Quince here at the Murder Diaries. We love all of the clothing items that we own from them. And guess what we just heard they had? Bedding. So you know that I added a pair of their sheets to my collection of bedding. And honestly, it's pretty flippin' amazing, and I don't know why I waited so long. Quince's linen bedding is everything that people say it is. It's light, breathable, and soft from day one. It's woven from 100% European flax. It's the perfect mix of relaxed and refined, and it just gets softer with every wash. The same goes for their ultra plush duvets, quilts, pillows, and shams too. They feature other premium fabrics like organic cotton, breezy bamboo, and skin-nourishing silk. Quince has everything you need to level up your bed. And the best part, like Quince's clothing that we love so much, their bedding is half the cost of similar brands. By partnering with top artisans, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes those savings on to us. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. We love to see it. They use premium fabrics and finishes that you just cannot deny the quality of. If you're wondering what I've been using, it's the European linen sheet set in burgundy, and I love the way it looks. The color is so beautiful and the fabric is top notch. Level up your bedding with Quince and you'll feel the difference right away. Go to quince.com/MD for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/MD to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/MD.
You know that feeling when you're treated like an afterthought? Yeah, no one likes that, especially not during something as important as pregnancy. Shockingly, many prenatal multivitamins haven't even been clinically tested, despite being made for one of the most crucial stages of life. And worse, pregnant women, especially from diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds, are routinely left out of clinical research. That's where Ritual is different. They're closing the gap with a first-of-its-kind 24-week clinical trial for their essential prenatal multivitamin. And they're also pushing for a new standard that actually puts women first. Now, back when I first started looking for a prenatal I could feel good about taking, and I chose Ritual. I've been a fan of them for a while now, and I'm so grateful that they're sponsoring this podcast. I love their Essential for Women prenatal multivitamin, and the reason it stood out to me is because, like I mentioned, it's backed by a 24-week clinical study and formulated to help fill key nutrient gaps in the diet. And personally, I found it easy on the stomach, especially compared to the other prenatals I've tried in the past. I also really appreciate the fresh citrus essence. It smells so good, it actually makes taking it feel like less of a chore. I trust Ritual because they're transparent about their ingredients and where they come from, which really gives me peace of mind during such an important time. Ritual selects bioavailable key nutrients designed for optimal absorption. It was also designed with morning sickness in mind, and in this study, don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/diaries. Start Ritual or add Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/diaries for 25% off. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Based on net sales from industry data including Nielsen, IQ, Stackline, and Numerator as of Q4 2024 and top 5 products. Based on a 24-week randomization, double-blind controlled clinical trial on 62 second and third trimester pregnant women. On 62 second and third trimester pregnant women.
It's no secret that weight loss medications are everywhere right now. I mean, seriously, everyone's talking about them. So many people are on them. But let's be real. Have you seen the price tag? They're so expensive. It's hard to believe that so many people are actually accessing them. And that's where Hers comes in. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans. They connect you with a medical provider who will work with you to determine the best treatment option for you. If prescribed, you'll get medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, complete with ongoing care, check-ins, dosage, and medication adjustments, along with 24/7 online support at no additional cost. No hidden fees and no membership fees. Weight Loss by Hers is realistic, not restrictive, and affordable. Hers provides access to both oral medication kits and GLP-1 injectable options, with oral medication kits starting at just $69 per month with a 10-month plan when paid out up front. Plus, your personalized treatment ships for free directly to your door. So, if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey or you want to kick it up a notch, it's time to find the best option that will work for you through Hers. Start your free online visit today at forhers.com/diaries. That's forhers.com/diaries for your personalized weight loss treatment options. forhers.com/diaries. Weight Loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Compound products are not approved or reviewed for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for full details, important safety information, and restrictions. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased.